I'll second. Everything's in order, I take it. Motion and a second. Everything's good? All- What road's it on? Has anybody signed off on the road?
Yes.
Yes.
The engineer or the road guys or what?
It's Dulles.
Columbia is Old National, Delashon, and Lyons.
Is it Columbia or is it Mark West?
This is Canada's Columbia.
Isn't there still problems with Delashon then?
Not from Columbia Gas.
Isn't there still problems on Delashon? No?
I don't know.
Old National, Delashon, and Lyons?
Lyons.
Oh,
That was Trans-Canada.
oh. I don't think Old National was up before when they went. I was just thinking about what we just talked about. But I didn't think- Like, they only are.
What about Delashon? It has multiple issues.
It does.
Supposed to be, there should be in there. Thank you.
How much money is it for Delashon? We have 43,000 in the escrow account to be used for fixing of Delashon.
From 2016.
So what are we refunding here?
2,700.
Just the road bond?
Mhm. They already canceled one. That's how I got the notice that they were done with the roads.
If
So
the
we'll
repairs
have
aren't
to pay
made yet, you shouldn't
30
refund
days
that
after
money.
receipt.
Yeah, I'm confused how it works. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Right?
So they
I mean,
cancel the road bond, and then we send the engineer out to video it, and then you return the bond
Minus the fees.
minus whatever it costs.
Okay, has the engineer went and looked at it?
Yes, this was the, hold on. That's too far away for me to read. This is just the escrow amount. The bond was already returned to them. This is just the escrow.
This is for Columbia Gas Transmission, not Trans-Canada.
Right.
Yes, this is just,
Columbia Gas,
This is the little local compressor station down
this
on.
is not the,
Okay.
this is not the one,
we still have that other money.
we still have
from the other two
43,000
companies.
from TransCanada.
Okay. And this is basically just saying they're done running the roads,
Yeah,
and here's what's left of your money back.
yeah.
We don't have a provision in the agreement that they have to notify us in writing, besides sending us just the cancellation of their bond. It would just be
We've
nice
never
if they
had
would
it.
have told us.
We've never had it in writing from anybody. I don't
So we got a motion and a second. Did we have a second?
think.
Yeah.
And JD has his
these
hand up.
two. Okay. Motion and a second to refund our $2,700. JD?
When the whole issue with Delashon come up, and the guys were in here and talking about it all the time, they were from Columbia Gas, not TransCanada. TransCanada acquired, or took over, or merged, or whatever, acquired Columbia Gas. If the repairs aren't done to the road yet, tell them they'll get their money back once the repairs are completed. That's the whole idea of the bond and the escrow money, because what if the 43,000 doesn't cover it, and you already give them,
They
you
already
know,
canceled their bond.
I understand that, but what I'm saying, if the money's there to repair the roads, that's what it's for, that's what the
They should
bond's
have
for. So,
notified us before canceling their bond, I would think.
what's that?
It was bonded by TransCanada and Columbia Gas Transmission. Transmission side did not do the damage. And TransCanada got $40-some thousand setting there to fix the road.
Okay. Well, we got a motion and a second. What do you want to do? Move on. How do you vote?
Danny?
Yeah.
Kathy?
Yes.
Doug?
Yeah.
Tom? Ed?
No. Okay.
4 yes, 1 no, motion carried.
Okay. Mark West Road bond escrow refund, 15 grand.
That is for Wilhelm Lyons Delashon, and they had 2 on well known, so 4 altogether.
We actually returned the bond several months ago, we just never returned the escrow money.
So Mark West is done on those roads, is that what you're saying?
That's what they're saying.
And again, the engineer looked at them.
Yes, everything's good that way. We just didn't, the bonds were returned, the money was not.
I was gonna return the balance.
So it would have been 16,000, and our fees come to.
Our fees came out of that.
580.
I second that motion.
Motion and a second.
Okay.
Motion,
Tammy seconded.
okay.
Questions? How do you vote?
Doug,
Yes.
Tom,
Yeah.
Tammy,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes,
Ed,
No.
4 yes, 1 no, motion carries.
Third payment on the CW that's the updates to the sewage plant. Third payment, 63.53, which will leave a balance of 3,145.
and that would be the change orders.
That's the change.
That's the change orders.
Did we pay the rest out of Act 13?
I think part of it.
Looking at the balance in the account, I think it needs to come out of Act 13.
Mhm.
There's not enough money in the water sewer too much.
It's still down.
No, not yet.
I make a motion to pay out of Act 13 due to the insufficient funds in water and sewer.
You want to pay the third payment,
Yes,
63.53.
yes.
Okay. I'll second it. Questions? How do you vote?
Kathy,
Yes,
Doug,
Yeah.
Tammy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yep.
Ed.
Yeah. West
5
Penn,
yes, no no's, motion carried.
West Penn Power easement.
Whether I got copies of that for everybody.
Uh,
I don't think there's copies for everybody of that.
Is this it here?
Yeah. There's actually 2 different ones.
yeah, there's 2 different ones, but they had differing amounts in the easement. One was 15 feet, one was 7.5.
What is it that they want? You wanna look at it? Anybody got the short version?
They want to run electric and power down up towards the gun range on Greaves Road.
I'm sticking up for
And they need an easement in the road right away, is that what it is?
That's what I'm understanding, that
We can't grant them one, thing like that.
Yeah.
one set of paperwork says 7.5 though, and one says 15. So I'm not sure which one it's supposed to be.
I'll make a motion we grant it, you know, give us, get it on the floor.
Alright,
So you can get it on the table, so we can go on.
you got a motion to grant it. I'll second it, just to get it out there, let's go.
Fred, did you have a concern about that?
What was the question?
This was on that easement from West Penn.
Right, what was the
I
question?
said, do you have a concern that you want to be in favor of or against?
Well, it's for me,
It's for you?
yeah, so I'm in favor of it.
Okay. It's in the road easement, so I don't think there's any issue I'm aware of.
I do not know, I'm assuming they've done their due diligence and,
You know where it's going, it's okay with you?
First parking lot,
Huh?
first parking lot going down Greaves?
Okay. I'm saying it's okay with you though, right?
Yes, sir.
I move we approve it. And I did already.
yeah, you already made that motion, we got a second, we're talking about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you'll get old.
Alright, what do you think?
These aren't, so like, these aren't filled out.
Back to the Verizon thing, right?
I don't know if they, they don't seem to fill them out.
They all want a blank check, that's what it is.
You got a representative of West Bend Power sitting right here in front row asking.
But if you guys get this stuff in advance, how come somebody doesn't make calls when they read it and find there's missing information instead of wasting the board's time and our time listening to everything when nobody knows?
What do they need in it?
And no answer. Didn't expect one read.
Well, this would be
Yeah, I mean, how do you look up something if you don't
township information.
can remember, I mean, just, it's specified, we got a crystal ball.
Your drawing?
Yeah, there's drawings.
Okay, but it doesn't incorporate the drawings in it. I mean, they're just kind of attached. What if I swap these two drawings?
Yeah, okay.
Across.
All they're gonna do is run home.
I mean,
Is
Okay.
it, well, is it,
I just don't see the, I mean,
Why don't we approve it, no subject to,
yeah, subject to
subject to
clarification.
clarification, filling in the blanks.
Yes.
I don't wanna hold up my blank.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm good with that, but I'm not, you're asking me if this is.
They're not listening anyway.
I mean, they need to clarify, this is exhibit A, this is this road.
yeah, there- it just says Greaves Road. and it
Bob.
doesn't-
Do you have a right to give them an easement?
Just in the
You
right
have
way
an
of the road.
easement. Yeah, but that easement is for a road.
Yeah,
That easement is not, is that transferable?
Is it a temporary easement or is it a permanent
Well,
easement?
it's gotta come-
If you put poles in, it's gonna be permanent.
permanent, yeah.
I mean, this has been something that's come up several times in the township, I'm not against this.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, do you have the right as a township? You have a right to put a road through there. We have a right to use that road. But do you have a right to turn over to another, yeah, thank you, another entity?
huh?
I don't think we'll give them that.
Well, you know, I don't know what this is, but one time when that guy got the junkyard across from me, to get that electric over to there instead of bringing it down all the other way, I had to sign papers so that he could put that over across there. That would be like this easement here.
Yeah.
But that would be, and just like the telephone company. The telephone company, instead of putting it over there, they put it down beside the road, but still, they have to get me to sign off on that instead of us as
Yeah.
the township.
Yeah,
You understand? So if somebody out there owns that property there where they're gonna put those poles, that would be up to that person, not our township.
Right.
Well, no, that's not what we're talking about.
That's not?
No.
Oh, I thought it's an easement to put these poles in that, if you said.
It's an easement to put the poles so close to the road. That's the problem.
In municipal right away.
Yes.
Inside our right of way, 15 feet from the center or 7.5 feet from the center.
But because Greaves Road drops off like a cliff,
yeah.
they need to be closer to the center of the road than they normally would do telephone poles. What you're doing, what you're talking about something else. I have to do with.
I understand that, and then that recreate, makes me ask other questions, like,
Okay.
So basically, it sounds like
There's
it's a
some
variance for the
development, there's-
setback for the,
there's some
It should-
development going on out there, is it gonna, how close to the edge of the road is it gonna be? Are you gonna have,
You have to talk to First Federal. First
Yeah.
Federal.
you see what I'm getting at? You know, are you gonna have problems with the width of a load going through there?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No. It's off the road.
And,
They already got the stakes in the ground, if you guys want to look at it.
yeah,
But no, it definitely would not impede traffic in any manner. That First Energy would never do that.
I'm just asking the question, but then why do they need the easement?
Well, it's encroaching too close to the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But going back to my question,
Do we have the authority? I don't know.
I think we're allowing them to use our easement.
Right.
We're not transferring an easement.
We're not.
Within our easement, you're granting them the right to use our easement to put their pole.
I wouldn't think it would be any different than the phone company runs lines in the roadie, right away.
And it benefits the township to get that electricity out there. It can open up more property for development, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I still have to get permission from that business beside me to put a pool in their property. And then the other property is mine, so that's not a problem. So this is just stating I can start the process to get pools to my property. Then I have to go to that company and get a written approval from them to make that happen.
Okay. Is there no alternative?
This is it.
I'm just asking,
Yeah, there's
because I've dealt with West Penn in years past, and their first,
Yeah, the closest power is that business beside me.
they're gonna go, easiest route, you know what I mean? Okay, we got a motion and a second to do what?
Hold on.
Pass, yeah. Ed,
That new building out there has power to it.
Yeah, that's the other side. There's no power between us and them.
Could you bring it from that way?
Yeah, they don't wanna do that.
well, that's an alternative though. See, that's when I ask about an alternative, that would be an alternative.
That's not it's not an alternative. The distance is like 3 or 4 times the distance. And they don't wanna do that. They always
I
get power.
understand they don't wanna do it, but
Well,
that's the question.
and I can add at least, this is for a commercial building?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a commercial building, I mean, we could do it, but there's probably gonna be inflated cost to the customer.
Oh, yeah.
Because we offset
It's already put in
depending
play.
on the revenue, we offset the price according to their added revenue. And so if it's a more expensive route, it won't be us, it'll actually customer.
Yeah, the short route is $20,000.
Pays more, so.
Okay. Okay. What's the motion again, Sharon?
Granted.
To grant it,
Subject to clarification.
subject to clarification.
Yep.
Got a motion and a second, how you vote?
Tom?
No.
Tammy?
Abstain. I abstain.
I know, I'm just writing.
Tammy don't want to vote.
Kathy?
No.
Doug?
Yep, I vote yes.
Ed?
No.
1 yes, 3 no, 1 abstain. Motion done.
Motion done.
Now that you voted no, what are you gonna do to try to help this fellow get electric out there?
Well, first of all,
Get the
I want,
clarification.
yeah, I want the paperwork filled out.
Okay.
first. That's all.
Okay,
And
that's all I'm
I'd
asking.
like to get an answer for the question, if, a definitive answer of if we can do it.
If we can do what?
Grant them an easement.
You own the property.
We've been granting them for years, Dave.
He had to, I thought it was a
It's been
legitimate
a
question.
question for several years.
This has gone on for 20-some years, this whole thing about granting easements into the road. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up.
Into the road right away is the key.
Yeah, into the road right away.
Yeah, it's not the first one we've granted.
I don't,
You have the right to put a road there. You don't have the right to grant it to other entities.
well, I'm just trying, I'd like the answer, because
Billing goes
theoretically, we could say, okay, put a pipeline in, right? Or,
But no, we're saying it doesn't, it's not adverse to our road. You know, that's what we're saying. We don't own the property in most cases.
Yeah, can I make a comment?
it's in our right of way.
That doesn't mean we own the property. We don't own that road necessarily, and some people, yeah.
You could abandon it, you could abandon the road and then it goes back.
Goes back to the,
Yeah, they still own it.
so okay, then that creates another question. It's an easement on top of an easement.
No, it's an easement on top of somebody's underlying initial ownership interest.
Yeah.
But
Can I make a comment?
the state had, you have the power to put a road there, and so you have done that.
Yeah.
But if you abandon that road, that property would go back to the original owners, probably right down the middle.
They still own it.
I understand. But this, I remember being.
You're asking about easement on an easement? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing you are letting them in your easement.
Yes,
You're like subletting.
right, which can be an issue. I remember being in a meeting where there was there was a talk about, it was a gas pipeline. And when the gas company was done with it, they ended up turning it over to a cable company.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of pissed off people in that meeting, okay, about that. So,
Railroad did it too.
Yeah, the railroad did it too.
Did the same thing.
Yeah.
I lost property with that, and they
Yeah.
sold it to Columbia Gas.
right. So, I'd like to cover all bases.
So my comment was,
Yeah.
I still gotta get permission of the landowners to put the pools in. All we're asking is to put the pool within so many feet of the road.
I
That's a big
understand,
difference.
I understand what you're telling me and what the
Okay,
paperwork
you're-
says.
That's completely different from what's happened before. If you're going to each landowner,
Yes.
okay, then that's different. They are saying you can put it, you're saying, yeah, you can get next to the road. It was kind of presented that we're just gonna put it, we're gonna grant him an easement.
No, they're not. All we need to know is, may we get permission from the landowners to put pools closer to the road than we normally would, because that drop off.
Yeah.
So it'd be a variance on the setback of the pole.
Exactly.
What,
It's not an easement, it's a variance in the setback.
That's not what the paperwork says. That's why we need the clarification. Okay. Are we done there for now?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. But it'd be within the variance. So what do you need from me? So First Federal.
Say again?
What do you need from me or from First Federal to move this forward?
I think we need them to fill out the paperwork and be a little more specific.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah. Advertise equipment for tar and chip.
So moved.
Advertise
For
for
the equipment.
the
that-
equipment,
Yes.
okay. I'll second.
Steve gave me a list today. but we-
You got the
I got the
figures
list,
all
yes.
ready to go?
Yep.
Okay. It's an advertisement for the equipment for the,
Yeah, once we get it written and everything.
Did we get a bid on it?
No, we have to open
Okay.
bids
That's
later on.
all right. How do you vote?
Doug,
Yeah.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yep.
Ed,
Yep.
5 yes, no no's, motion carried.
Executive session,
So moved.
got a motion? So I'll second, I gotta pee. How do you vote?
Thanks for the information.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
how do you vote?
Doug,
Yeah.
Tom,
We're getting a second tonight, it's like pulling teeth.
Ed,
Yes.
We're in executive session at 8:58.